So I was thinking, what would happen if I took thermal mass, if thermal mass had a love child with Flowerpot heater? Would it work? Good morning. First off, a little recap. What I've been doing before I get to the main topic of the video. What I've been sowing and what's coming up and what's growing. Yeah. You know, I love this little cold frame. One of the best things I ever bought. Well, the sweet peas are up. They're coming through. I've got my onion seeds in there. They're poking through. Look in here. There's my cosmos. Because the missus likes pretty little flowers. The shallots are breaking through. Look, they're sprouting. Onions and a few other things sown in there. Those shallots are coming through on the onions. And this is how I keep it warm in there. It's my homemade paraffin candle, and in an area this big, in a little frame like this, it works bloody well. Because it's a small area, I'm not expecting too much of it. Not expecting it to work too hard. Got me African marigolds in there, they're all coming up. I only sowed these the other day, so there's French marigolds over there, some zinnias here. It's old seeds, I'm just seeing what's happening. It might work, it might not. But the Africans are up. Let me just give you a quick look at the worms. See how well they're coming on. Look at them. And I think this bed, this bin, there's two copulating there, look. They're breeding, look, two of them. And I think how much I neglected this bin last year. Brought it back from the brink, look at that. Look. Well happy with that. So, I almost forgot to show you these, look. Pomegranates. Yeah, them pomegranate seeds I sown. And they're coming up, there's 3 of them in there. I've got 3 bigger ones indoors. But yeah, pomegranates. Would you believe it? Now this is my homemade candle. It's just a jam jar full of paraffin. There's ½ wick. You can get that wick off of, I bought that, I think it was about £4.69 for a 6-foot roll off of Amazon. It's ½ wick. I drilled a 1/4 inch hole in the top, bent it in half so that it holds, and it works a treat in a tiny little space. But I need to heat a 5-foot by 5-foot. When I say heat, I want to try and provide a bit of warmth. So I was thinking, tried and tested method is a thermal mass. Lots of people use it. Barrels full of water in the greenhouse, in the polytunnel, supposed to get warm during the day and release its warmth overnight. That's a tried and tested method. But I've not got any barrels, and even if I did have, they'd be way too big for a little greenhouse that size. So I was thinking, what would happen if I took thermal mass, if thermal mass had a love child with Flowerpot heater? Would it work? Now, I got myself a tin bucket, filled it with water, Now that's a lot more mass than a terracotta flower pot, an empty thin terracotta flower pot. And what I've done is, I've done this. Now, will that work? What do you reckon? I've put a candle, I mean you can use a candle, put a candle underneath a tin bucket full of water. Now that water does get quite warm. I mean you couldn't make a cup of tea with it, you don't get that hot. But will that work? We'll have to see. We've not had any cold nights so far, so I can't really tell. I really would need to wait for the temperature outside to drop. But there you go. Will it heat an area, if I can bloody get out, this size. It might work, it might not. What do you reckon? Silly idea? Is the theory sound? Will it work or not? We'll have to wait and see. Have a play with it. See what you think. And my peas are up as well, by the way, I forgot to mention them. So, see what you think. Have a play with it. Let me know how you get on if you decide to have a play. If you make any improvements, any amendments. So till next time, have fun. Be careful with it, by the way, because you're playing with fire, literally. Diddly-da-di-da.